Johnny Gargano's first post-WWE move has been revealed. AEW and Impact Wrestling are lending talent to Ring of Honor, and an NXT star made their main roster debut last night. So if there was any further speculation to be had regarding Johnny Gargano and whether or not he is going to stick around with WWE, whether he's going to go elsewhere, it seems to have been revealed in a couple of things that he's done just in the past 24 hours or so. Johnny Gargano taking to Twitter to reveal his first moves since leaving WWE, and he says, "You will never fail if you bet on yourself. I can't thank you enough for the love and support you've shown me these past few days. I hope you continue to follow me on this next part of my journey." He's revealed also, and this is basically confirmation that he's not going back to WWE.
Yeah, pretty firm.
He's going on Twitch, The Johnny Wrestling, if you want to follow him on Twitch. And also he's launched a pro wrestling tee stores, and notably, of course, WWE doesn't allow either of those things. So
yeah,
hey.
I was saying this to Tom throughout the week when we've been reporting on it, that Johnny Gargano is definitely somebody I can see maybe one day finding his way back to the WWE system, but I feel
they really love him.
I feel for now like he can go off and he can work anywhere he wants because he's a hot commodity, right? So
yeah,
makes sense.
Sure.
And you know, he's about to become a dad, so maybe he needs a slightly lesser schedule than WWE would provide. So
yeah, I mean, this could be like a temporary thing while he's just when he just has the kid and everything, and then maybe he'll go back. As you say, it wouldn't surprise me if he did head back at some point, because he is so loved by WWE. There's just some of the messages they put out. You can tell that the staff there are actually really gutted about him going, and they were like celebrating his career and everything, which is something that they don't always do when a wrestler leaves. So yeah, he won't struggle to find employment. So if you want to support Johnny Wrestling, The Johnny Wrestling on Twitch, and over on the Pro Wrestling Tees website as well.
Go buy a t-shirt. Go on.
Yes, go and buy a t-shirt.
And one of ours.
And one of ours. Do not buy this next man's t-shirt. We are now talking about Alberto Del Rio and the charges from the case that's been in the court system for ages. It's been postponed countless times now, but the charges have now been dropped. Alberto Del Rio is a free man. It stems from an incident where he was alleged to have hit a woman, forced her to wear a dress and dance for him.
He threatened to like harm her child, and it's very nasty, very grim. You know, you can read up all the details online. There's some stuff we can't talk about because YouTube, obviously.
Yep.
But yeah, apparently, like, even according to TMZ, he tried to burn her passport and smashed up her computer and phone. But yeah, this is all stemming. You know, he's it's kind of been thrown out.
Is the word you're looking for?
Well, he's been the case has been thrown out because the witness failed to appear. So the witness is kind of missing, and when that happens, I mean, the court can't really hang around. So he's got off.
There you go. So legally speaking, he's not guilty, and he is a free man, and hopefully karma comes and bites him in the arse sooner rather than later, and he does end up in prison. Right, moving on, back to WWE now. WWE said to have hired essentially the next Bella twins, right? They've hired a couple of twins. This was we mentioned this in the news yesterday. This is part of WWE's NIL project. And two twins, Haley and Hannah Kavinda, the twins from Fresno State. Yeah. Basketball players. Influencers already, actually.
Really?
I looked them up, and they've got a bit of a following. Each of them have got about 270k followers on Instagram. And Meltzer saying in the Observer that they are super WWE is super high on them because especially of their appearance. They're they're very attractive people, and they obviously see a future in them.
We haven't had a set of twins since the Bellas, though, have we? And it's kind of like WWE. It's weird because kind of, if I don't know, wrestling twins I feel is kind of marketable, right? For WWE, they kind of love that sort of strange, gimmicky.
Jimmy and Jay are doing all right, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So it's sort of like, I can see where they're coming from with this, and of course the NIL thing. It's just going to lead to. Again, said this week, maybe not all of these names will be with WWE in even a year's time, but the ones that stay are really going to be, working through that system and learning the WWE way. So
Absolutely. About molding their own talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Forget the indies.
That's it.
They want to build from the ground up, as it were. So good luck to Hayley and Hannah Kavinda. And also good luck to Ring of Honor. Final battle taking place tonight. It's the last show before ROH's relaunch. They're going away for a bit. This follows the release of all of their staff. Or certainly all of their on-air talent. I imagine there's a few people working behind the scenes still, but pretty much everybody's been laid off. They had Bandito originally in the title match there, but he had to be pulled due to a positive COVID test. Bit of a disaster. So Tony Khan, taking to Busted Open Radio.
Carney Tone.
I was going to say Carney Tone.
But yeah, he took to Busted Open, as you said, and it was just sort of he wished them all the best. You know, it wasn't like it was just very cordial. It was what you'd expect from Tony Khan. But he said he'd be doing some things to support them on their last show to make it a good run for them. To make it a good show for them. And he said that helping Ring of Honor was the right thing for him to do. So it's been announced that Jay Lethal, obviously one of the most synonymous names with Ring of Honor in recent years.
Mr. Ring of Honor.
He's going to be going back and filling Bandito's spot in that match, so that should be fantastic.
That's a cool thing for him to do as well. And as you say, like Jay Lethal has been arguably the most important person in Ring of Honor of the last 5, maybe even 10 years. You could argue ever. He's been there he was there for a long time. So that's cool, but it's not just AEW helping out. Impact Wrestling also reportedly lending a hand, sending a significant talent. We don't know who it is, but they're going to be sending a big name. So tune in tonight for your last fix of Ring of Honor for the foreseeable future. Back in AEW now, a son of a WWE/ECW legend has officially signed. Bless you. Bless you. You're right there, little.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know if you can tell, ladies and gentlemen. It was the staff Christmas party last night, and we are hanging out of our asses right now. So thanks for sticking with us to this point of the video. Right, Hook has signed officially with AEW. He made his in-ring debut on last night's Rampage, winning his debut match with the Taz mission. Beautiful thumbs up from me. Carney Tone took to Twitter saying, "It's official. Welcome to the team, Hook, and congratulations on your tremendous debut win tonight on Rampage." And the internet has gone absolutely bonkers for him. They love him, don't they?
They absolutely love him. And I mean, even MJF and CM Punk were tweeting like subtle allusions or congratulations to Hook. The guy has such a good future ahead of him as long as he just keeps himself moving forward, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It was a very, very impressive debut. Check it out if you've not seen it yet. Next up, Chris Jericho, who we send our best to because he's been hospitalized this week, had to cancel a Fozzy show. But fingers crossed he'll be grand soon. He's filed a trademark regarding his Painmaker character, and it's for downloadable image files, artwork, photos, memes authenticated by NFTs. So you're going to be getting a Chris Jericho NFT pretty soon. So if you want to spend thousands of dollars on a picture
that you can Google,
that you can screenshot. If you're one of those, right? If you're one of those, you can do that soon. Chris Jericho, you certainly won't regret it.
Yeah.
Moving on, an NXT star making her main roster debut last night, Xia Li on SmackDown. Oh, you're right.
Sorry, I just didn't want to cough into the mic. I just needed to clear my throat there. I had a bit of phlegm.
Xia Li made her debut on last night's SmackDown. And she has one of the coolest entrances going, right? Yeah. You can explain this. You're the boy for this.
Well, just to kind of sum up the debut, it was Sonya Deville's in-ring return. It all kind of turned around in a way where we had Naomi getting kind of beaten down, and then Xia Li came out to face off against Naomi, and she kind of cleared the ring, and everything was cool. But when she made her entrance, it's very elaborate, and it's very, it starts off with a big sweeping shot, and you have some Chinese characters sort of above the entranceway, like you would with, Roman, when you got the big floating Roman or whatever. And then it goes down. She makes this huge entrance, walks down, and then around her There's just lightning. It's like something out of Mortal Kombat. It's crazy. Like, this is the best use of AR they've done so far, and I wouldn't so much mind if it was just that. If they kind of had these, auras around people as they made the entrances, I'd be loving it. I'm not too big a fan of, like, the giant Roman going,
no, the Roman's a really bad one. Really bad.
The Drew McIntyre one can sometimes be a bit weird as well. Like,
I like Cesaro's. I think Cesaro's is cool.
I think Xia Li's, though, it's weird. Like, if you haven't seen it, just honestly go and find the clip, because there's lightning, like, coming out, but it tracks her as well. So if she moves to the left, it moves with her. If she moves to the right, it moves with her. So it's almost like she's radiating this lightning. It's really cool.
It is cool. I just wish they would sort of... They seem to give it to the vast majority of superstars on the main roster. I wish they would just like pick and choose a bit more carefully, because I feel like it really works for Xia Li. Totally works for Xia Li. And then there are others, and it feels a bit like... maybe it should be based a bit more on their character, rather than just going, oh yeah, it's Roman Reigns. Put a massive Roman up so they can see him twice. Like, what? What happened? Go on.
I don't know. I think it's something that's not going to go away. They're very enamored with it, but at the same time, I'd just kill for Black Curtain, old school Titantron, just walk through the little grey. I don't need all this flashy stuff. Who's it for?
You love it. You hipster.
I enjoy it, but I don't like. Who's it for? Other than like, I get the kids watching, but like, it seems really gratuitous.
I think it's quite unique. It does depend, but I kind of like it in some cases anyway. What happened after SmackDown went off the air, Sammy?
So, the crowd in LA were treated to a fatal four-way match, and it had quite an interesting result. We had Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bianca Belair squaring off for the dark match segment at the end of the show. But Sasha picked up the win by pinning Becky. She pinned her to send the crowd home happy, of course. Lich hasn't been defeated, though, on TV since October 15th of this year. So it's quite the dark match segment, oftentimes it's just kind of inconsequential, like, just you do whatever. But sometimes it can give you a little bit of an indication as to maybe how would they react if we did that? How would they react if we did that? Yeah,
for sure. So they were doing something. When I saw the live show in Nottingham, it was Becky versus Sasha in the main, and they were doing a thing where like Becky retained. Yeah. Like I think she had her feet on the ropes or something like that to gain the extra leverage. I can't remember the end, but I was drunk. But they had Sasha at the end posing with the belt. Yeah, like she grabbed the belt off her and she was holding it up, and they did that on I think most of the, if not all of the UK shows. So it wouldn't surprise me if that belt is in her possession sooner rather than later. Back to trademark news now. WWE filing a few interesting trademarks. First of all, the Build 2, which is something that they've been doing here and there to promote different angles and feuds. So that's for under entertainment purposes, for a show about professional wrestling. So it looks like they're going to expand upon that, perhaps. They've also filed for Ivy Nile, Odyssey Jones, and this is the really interesting one, and I'm quite excited about it, Piper Niven. And if you're unfamiliar, just in case, Piper Niven is of course Doudrop. Yeah. Formerly Viper, then Piper Niven. So maybe, just maybe, Piper Niven is coming back, and I'm perfectly fine with that, Yeah. And I'll let you cover this last story, Sam.
Which one?
It's about
okay,
yeah.
So
Mr. Motorola.
Brock Lesnar still uses a flip phone. Yeah. That's all. He was on SmackDown. He had a flip phone, like just an awful kind of clicky clacky. Yep. Cracking news on this channel, I'm telling you.
Awesome, sweet. So Brock Lesnar still using a flip phone in 2021.
Why? We could look into it deeper. Why is Brock using a burner phone? Why is he using a burner phone now? Let me just,
That's his dealer phone. So, right, we are off. Just one news video today. Stay tuned. We got loads of great content coming up this weekend. And yeah, I'm going back to bed. What are you going to do, Sam?
I'm gonna have a nice walk through town, and I might have a nip to
quick
shops, have a wander around. Yeah, a little bit.
Merry
Middle
Christmas,
of the street.
One and all. All right. Bye. See you in a bit.